E lá vamos nós mais uma vez aqui.
Gentlemen,
No.
Hans.
does the name Hans Vorarlberg mean anything to you by chance?
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced our university.
Conhece?
Hans Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a word. But how can one forget him?
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But bright? Oh, don't go too far. He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and not many of them either. Paleontology, mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for mammoths, which matched the state of his intellect perfectly. That is to say, prehistoric.
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little far-fetched, maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd. You must concur if my father, who was rector of the university at the time, had not shown great indulgence towards him. Hans Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand, then? Is that the work of a deranged mind? Even after all these years, you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues,
Meu
I
Deus, os
beseech
caras estão
you,
discutindo.
let's show some decorum. We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vorarlberg, miss? Are you a member of his family?
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
Provavelmente não.
What? Here? At the university? No,
O cara tá
not at
debochando,
all. He
velho.
left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50 years ago already.
50 anos,
The
meu
poor
Deus.
soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure, it must be said.
You mean to say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
Gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and level-headedness that befits our position.
Tá.
Already?
Não me ajudaram muita coisa, né? Mas só pegou umas informações sobre o Hans. Eu não sei. Mano, não sei mais o que fazer. O que é isso? A gente pegou o celular? Não, é um livro. Amazônia. Memória de uma expedição. O cuco vermelho da Amazônia, Cucus rosso, essa subespécie do conhecido cuco... Meu Deus, que letra ruim! Meu! A plumagem do macho é de vermelho brilhante, quando a fêmea é mais castanha e neutra. Habitat natural e alimentação. O cuco vermelho habita as áreas mais isoladas e densas da floresta amazônica. Ele prefere ficar nas folhagens mais grossas e altas da floresta tropical para viver sua existência solitária. Um explorador pode, contudo, ter uma excelente visão dos pássaros quando o animal se aventura nas ramificações mais baixas da floresta em busca de umas que é isso, meu Deus? As videiras selvagens provêm ao pássaro a maior parte de sua alimentação. O cuco é um pássaro que é particularmente apreciador do suco desta fruta. O cuco vermelho se farta tanto dessa fruta, chegando ao ponto de embriaguez, se tornando neste momento uma presa fácil para qualquer predador da selva. Meu Deus, coma e seja consumido. Esta implacação, lei da natureza. E daqui é importante, hein? A gente precisa achar essa fruta aí. Savignon. O futuro. Aqui, ó, aparece uma uva. Praticamente invasivas. A uva Savignon. Ok. Isso foi importante. Isso foi interessante. Daí esse cara não vai falar nada, né?
Excuse me. Can I just...
No.
You could keep...
Letra de médico total. Acho que é até pior, na verdade, de médico, né? Quer dizer, no caso, letra de médico é pior do que aquela letra. Ali é uma letra cursiva normal, só que, mano, pra né, ler dentro do jogo não é muito legal, não.
75 years later.
Bote pro trem e pegue o brinquedo. Nossa, a gente vai ter que realmente ir lá buscar o brinquedo. Eu pensei nisso, mas tipo, eu fiquei tipo, mano, será mesmo que a gente vai ter que ir lá no trem só pra pegar o brinquedo e trazer pro cara? É só isso, então. Aqui, mamute. Agora ela pega mesmo o mamute. E agora a gente volta pra mostrar o mamute pro doutor. Ei, caramba. Da próxima vez que citar mamute, eu vou ir atrás do mamute direto aqui no trem e voltar pra pessoa. E deve ser isso daí, provavelmente, né? Na maioria das vezes, se tiver. Tá, vamos pegar o item e mostrar pra ele, né?
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again.
Lá vamos
Professor,
nós.
I have brought you something that should be of interest to you. Look.
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not?
É.
Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh, my God. It's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
You see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it.
Por
But I
favor.
need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
Ok, então a gente vai assistir mesmo a palestra do cara? Ok, tá aberto aqui agora. Ok, vamos lá, vamos aproveitar pra ver se a gente encontra alguma coisa aqui. Cilindro de som, né, de áudio. E por enquanto é isso só. Que isso? Pode Angalacola. Angalacola, aquilo que a gente tinha visto. E tem um alicate aqui também, um prendedor de tubo. Tá, eu acho que faltam coisas pra gente poder fazer aqui, né? Tá, só tem pra falar com o doutor?
What is it you want to know, miss?
Savignon.
If I were to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon. Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of tropical shrub, don't you think?
We are talking about the same plant then. It is a very rare shrub with small, juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Barrockstadt. You wouldn't know where, would you?
Sauvignon
véi.
plants here? No. No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But you should ask the station master. He is keeper of the greenhouse at our university, so he could tell you more than me.
Oh, thanks very much.
Tá, e vai ter que falar com o cara do
I'll
trem
leave you
lá.
in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Perfeito. Vamos sair, então. Tá, o cogumelo ajuda a gente ter uma visão melhor, né? A fruta faz os pássaros comerem tanto que eles ficam até meio bêbados, né? De tanta fruta que eles comem. E a gente precisa dessa fruta aí. Tá, eu tenho que perguntar mesmo ou eu tenho que
I'm
entregar
sorry
um
to
item
disturb
pra
you.
ele? Sabe que
Where
não.
might I find some forest Sauvignon plants, please?
No place around here, that's for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff's from the Amazon.
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty well informed about which mysterious faraway country it comes from.
Oh, Amazon, Peru, Papua New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta
Nossa
work.
senhora. Ele foi embora,
Wait,
não?
don't go. You know what? I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
Com certeza ele não tava sendo franco com você. Ela simplesmente vazou. Onde que ele foi?
Excuse me, station master, but
Can't you see I am very... Well, I am. Very busy.
I'm looking for a...
Look, lady, the station doesn't have any Sauvignon berry.
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currants, they're all the same to me. And we don't grow none of them here.
Nossa senhora.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is actually cultivated here in the famous Barrockstadt University aviary itself.
Well, if it's in a book, then don't believe everything you read, miss.
I don't know why, but I don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grape? Go ask your professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
Já falei, já.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
Tá, não adianta nem tentar perguntar de novo, né? Mas vamos... Não. 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 Enfim, deixa eu dar uma olhada nesse rolo. Pode ser que nesse rolo dê alguma coisa. Vamos lá, o que tem nesse cilindro dessa vez?
Hans, I have some very sad news. Our father is dead. He passed away peacefully last Sunday in his sleep. I feel so lonely now.
Father had been but a shadow of himself since your departure. I had to take care of everything for him. Housework, factory paperwork, the workforce, clients, everything. And now, today, well, I really don't know who or what I'm fighting for. Times are so hard, and this terrible war is destroying everything. Nobody cares for our automatons anymore. I just think about you returning. And when you do return, I will have turned this factory into a palace worthy of your genius. Please take care of yourself. I love you so much, Anna.
Tá, ela queria que ele voltasse e transformasse em... Ia transformar o lugar em um palácio. Ia fechar a fábrica, provavelmente. Tá, não me ajudou tanto assim, na verdade. Você tem coisa pra falar? Será que você sabe alguma coisa sobre essas plantas?
Everything okay?
Yeah.
You don't know where I might find any Amazon?
No.
Não.
You
I am...
ask...
Tá, nada pra ajudar. Ok, agora eu tô sem ideia do que fazer, na verdade. Onde que a gente vai arranjar essas frutas, velho? O cara não fala mais aqui. Aquele esquema, né? Se o cara ele realmente não soubesse, ele não teria andado, né? Dali de onde ele tava.
Excuse
Can't you see? What?
all these birds and
Mrs. No.
I can well...
And you know what's the heart?
It wasn't...
A nightmare. You know, cuckoos lay their eggs in the nests of other species, right? Now, what's more, they also push the host's eggs out of the nest so that they receive all the mother's attention, right? Accursed cuckoos. Nightmare.
I see what you mean. That's one tricky bird. And there was nothing you could do to stop it?
The faculty declared the bird a protected species. If it wasn't for our mechanical eagle, we were sitting on a major ornithological catastrophe.
You have an automaton here?
A wonder of technology. It's an eagle that's mounted on wings in the air. It passes through and it swoops down to collect parasite eggs, but Heck, the dang eagle's been out of order for several years. Impossible to collect the eggs myself.
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. I fell off it several months back, and I still have a pain in my spine. Not to mention the vertigo I've been getting. I only have to look up in the air. Whoa.
You poor soul. That must be very hard.
Worst thing is, cuckoo eggs piling up in the nests. Soon the rectors are gonna notice. There's trouble in store, big trouble. I'm worried. Yep, worried.
Tá, eu precisava ajudar. Subir ali, né? Eu
I've
faria.
just been to see the rectors. I'm looking for...
Look, lady, the station doesn't have...
Funny you should mention it. That's But you see, I have just read a very interesting book, which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is
Wow, if it's in a...
I don't know why.
What do you mean? I don't know.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
I won't...
Welcome.
Tá, eu acho que a gente saindo daqui, o cara vai ligar falando, a gente vai começar a palestra, vem assistir. Aí a gente vai lá assistir a palestra e vai avançar. E pelo menos eu espero que seja isso, né? Que senão... Já não sei o que fazer aqui, não. Ninguém conta nada por aqui. Perguntaram aos reitores. Ai, meu Deus do céu. É um ping-pong, velho. Cada hora os caras estão me mandando pra um lugar. Vamos lá, seus caras. Me ajuda aí. Onde que eu arranjo essa fruta?
Gentlemen, forgive me.
Nor trains from leaving station.
Are you sure there are no Amazon Sauvignon plants in Barrockstadt? Because I have just interviewed the station master and the paleontologist, and what they said really didn't convince me that there wasn't any here.
We are quite definite on this point. There are no Sauvignon plants growing in Barrockstadt.
Não há
You
nenhuma
see,
planta.
miss, the Amazon forest Sauvignon is a rare shrub that requires very special conditions for growth.
That's right. Conditions that are very hard to reproduce, believe you me.
Difficult, but not impossible. Fortunately, our garden has proved very successful.
Your garden? So, there is a garden in Barrockstadt?
Oh, the garden. Well, if there was one, it would be only a little garden hidden behind the station. But our station master would be very proud
Aí
of it.
eles vão falando de pouquinho
He
em
would take
pouquinho.
very good care of it, too. Everything would grow marvelously if we were able to cultivate it at all, and it would be all down to his gardening prowess.
And we would be proud as punch. And we wouldn't forget the role the paleontologist might play in this.
What's the paleontologist got to do with it all?
Without him and without his laboratory, how would we make the wine, do you think?
And it would be good wine indeed, my dear colleagues, would it not?
Oh, yes, a delightful balm to soothe away our long hours of toil and our heavy responsibilities.
We would wait impatiently every year for the arrival of the year's produce.
So, if I have understood you correctly, there
já
are
vi que há
indeed
plantas.
Sauvignon plants in Barrockstadt. They are cultivated in a garden behind the station, then turned into wine by the paleontologist's loving care, and finally, the pleasure of tasting is yours. If I'm not very much mistaken, gentlemen, you have a minor racket operating here.
Miss, you do go jumping to some hasty conclusions.
We never said that. That's not what we said at all.
We were talking in the conditional, you know, with ifs and woulds.
So, what would happen if I had such a hunch?
You would have to keep it to yourself, of course.
Olha,
Yes,
mano.
if you would be so kind as to keep it a secret. It would only be a small local concern producing barely a few bottles every year.
That's right. Nothing so grandiose as a business. Otherwise, we'd be liable to be fined. So, we can't count on your discretion, can't we?
Don't worry, I have no intention at all of getting messed up in anything.
Fala, meu Deus. Fala da uva, eu quero. Me dá umas uvas aí pelo menos. Acabou? Era isso só?
But
Here we are, busy
And thank you.
Tá. Então eu tenho que falar lá com o. Isso explica muita coisa porque que o maquinista não tava querendo falar as coisas, hein? Eu, hein?
Excuse me, Station Master?
Can't you see I am very...
No.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed.
Sauvagnon de
You have
novo.
been playing with me, haven't you? You knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
No, not at all. I've
lá,
never
ele
seen
mentindo.
your Sauvignon things.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling?
Oh,
racket?
yeah.
Hey, lady, you're going
Bigo.
a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, be honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of this.
But we haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Sure. No problemo. Right away, miss.
No problema. Agora ele vai abrir. Aí, agora sim, progresso. Assim que eu gosto. Fazer progresso assim que é bom. Aí a gente vai poder subir ali naquela escada. Não sei o que a gente vai pegar ali, mas pelo menos a gente pega alguma coisa. Eu acho, né? Ó.
There you are. Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not
Eu não sou
liar,
mentiroso.
Not really. Just
Só por ter as palavras.
There is the reputation of the university to think about. And I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you, miss.
Precisava ter toda essa animação mostrando o cara saindo de cena? Não, né? Eu, hein? Tá, agora achar essas uvas aí. Achou. Um monte. Meu Deus.
I don't need that.
Tá ótimo, né? Acho que só um tá bom. Agora a gente usa lá com os pássaros, sobe a escada e vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Eles andam tudo torto, velho. Agora a gente sobe. Amém, progresso. Meu Deus, mais escada. Nossa senhora, a gente vai muito alto, velho. Os ovos. Ah, um daqueles ovos. Ok.
Impossible to reach it.
Como assim impossível alcançar? Ok. Só isso, né? Agora a gente vai ali naquele coral do meio. E a gente vai abrir a porta lá e consertar o negócio dos caras. Aí os caras vão nos dar o dinheiro, eu vou pegar o dinheiro, entregar pros caras do barco e seguir o caminho, né? Eu acho.
Yeah, miss, please, excuse me.
Yes?
You know, I want to apologize for our little misunderstanding. I brought you a bottle of wine. Barrockstadt Sauvignon.
Oh, yes,
Very good year. Let me know what you think.
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Good luck on your journey, lady.
Thank you.
Tá, agora a gente coloca o ovo aqui, né? E não é o mesmo ovo. Meu Deus, onde que a gente tá indo? Desce. Meu Deus, ela deslizou. Tá, e como é que a gente vai consertar isso aqui? Nossa, que medo desses robôs, velho. Só isso. Já arrumamos? Ok, então vamos voltar lá pros caras e eles vão me dar o dinheiro. É isso mesmo, aparentemente. Tá, deixa eu entrar aqui na universidade que eu deixo o jogo salvo, né?
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
Aonde problema?
A little problem.
They are kept to oneself.
Nor trick.
Tá, missão.
Could I possibly leave?
Out of...
Perform a deal in...
Já fez, já, dinheiro.
Gentlemen, I have managed to repair your university bandstand.
The bandstand is playing again. This is marvelous news.
We are really very grateful indeed.
Yes, very grateful indeed. We will look back on your visit with much fondness in our hearts.
And now let us in turn honor our word. How much is it you need, miss?
$100, if it's not too much to ask.
Something about this party.
Esses cochichos deles.
We agree to grant you the aforementioned sum, miss. You may now leave with your train.
Por favor, agora a gente vai embora. Nossa, $100 em moedinha,
And while
meu.
we're on the subject, when will you be leaving?
Yes, because now you should relocate your train as quickly
E
as
eles ainda
possible.
estão expulsando a gente.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
Ok, acho que com esses caras aqui não vai ter mais nada pra fazer. Agora falta o quê? A gente pegar o mamute com o professor lá. Aí o cara sumiu, né, com o mamute. Agora a gente tem que ir atrás do cara que ele sumiu com o mamute. Só falta. Ia ser triste, né, na verdade.
There you go. Here's your money. I've checked it. It's all there.
A gente joga e cai na água, né.
Ah, thank you. Not difficult get dollar. See? You are a real businesswoman.
I'm not the only one around here.
We pleased to do deal with you. Now, you open lock or we no help you.
Why didn't you manage to open them? After all, you don't have to be a genius.
Ma vorvat pensiero sesto? Di
Meu Deus, como é que a gente entende esse cara, velho?
No se sai mar alles non comprendo. En allora caput en andere bordel. Zirs var moi. On boom telefonieren kaput.
Traduz aí,
My
moça.
husband say instructions complicated. No understand manual. My husband angry. Very angry. Oh, now telephone broke. Kaput.
Now that is annoying. What are you going to do next?
We wait repairman.
Well, I don't have the time to wait. I'll have to go have a look. There must be some way of releasing the opening mechanism.
Take key. Sailor
Ai, obrigado.
always need key for lock.
Agora a gente vai ter a chave pra poder mexer lá. Meu Deus, que mania de ficar arremessando as coisas. Tudo bem que tá meio longe, não teria como a gente pegar, né?
Thanks.
Mas a gente podia ter perdido o dinheiro, podia ter perdido a chave. Ok, vamos lá. Como é que a gente vai mexer no mecanismo ali pra abrir a eclusa? Aí o telefone, aí a palestra.
Hello?
Hey,
No.
how's my little baby doing?
Oh, meu
I was thinking
Deus.
about you only yesterday. I saw this fantastic fur coat. You are wrapping up warm, aren't you? I mean, people in foreign countries never know how to dress properly for the weather.
Mom, it's so sweet of you to worry, but I'm fine, really. The trip's a breeze, no worries. I mean, there's...
Well, when are you coming back? Frank is dying to meet you.
Frank? Oh, yeah, your singer. You two seeing each other then?
Oh, you'll never guess the surprise he gave me yesterday.
No, I suppose I won't.
Frank invited me to a big charity show organized by, someone or another. Anyway, they got him singing a couple of old numbers from his repertoire, and in the end, he asked me to go up on stage with him. Can you imagine me, your mother, on stage in front of thousands of people?
Wow, I would have loved to have been there. Not too emotional, I hope.
Oh, too emotional by far.
Totalmente fora isso aqui, véi.
Well, I didn't even have the proper dress on. But Frank promised me he'd see to that next time. Oh, he's such a cutie. And he's got the sweetest little...
I'm sure he has, Mom.
It would be so good if you could join us one day. Let's see, when is his next gala? I'm so forgetful these days. I swear I'd lose my head if it weren't in the clouds. You just watch out, my girl. Them years will catch up with you much quicker than you think.
I'll look out for them, Ma. Nice to hear your voice. Lots of love.
Well, to you too, my little munchkin.
Ok. Totalmente fora essa conversa aí. Total mesmo. Total mesmo. Bom, vou falar com o cara aqui primeiro. Vamos ver se ele nos ajuda, né? Que senão a gente vai direto, só a gente mesmo.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
What can I do for you, miss?
Can you explain to me how the locks in the canal work, please?
A lock, right, is a system of sealed gates. They're clever, right? They help boats
inteligentes. Eles ajudam barcos a superar problemas de declividade.
Kind of boat staircase, see? You know what I like? Sitting on the bank, watching the barges and...
I'm sorry. I must have expressed myself badly. I need to know how the locks open and close, to vary the water levels.
I'm not sure of the precise maneuver. Trains and barges, trains, those guys are very different fellows altogether.
Tá, ele não ajudou em nada no final. A gente vai ter que se virar pra mexer nesse negócio mesmo. Ok, vamos lá então. Como é que eu vou fazer isso aqui? Boa sorte pra gente.
The instructions are written in a language I don't recognize.
Tá, norte, sul, leste, oeste. O telefone, né? Calma. Como é que era o número? Asterisco 4 1. Vou ter que ligar, velho, de novo. Como é que era que falava, mano? É 4-2, caramba. Achando que era 4-1, que era pra baixar, né, o nível. Tá. Agora a gente avança e os caras vão me ajudar, né, imagino.
Hey there, on the boat.
Guten Tag, schöne Mademoiselle.
My husband say, hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
Talk to us. Ok, a cruza já tá aberta.
I've got it. I know now how the locks work. So guide your boat into the lock, and I'll take care of the mechanism.
Godverdomme. Das ist eine echte Ladies. Alle zwei. Range alle Dingen and obligados de dame. Ach, set content und zurück again.
Obligados, ele falou ali.
What did your husband say? You, hurry up. We hurry to travel again.
Okay. We'll meet each other on the other side. By my train, okay?
Perfeito. Vamos lá, os caras devem estar ali esperando a gente subir a água pra eles poderem seguir o caminho e nos ajudar, né? É isso mesmo. É 4-1. Perfeito. Agora eles ajudam a rebocar nosso trem. Vamos lá, agora como é que vocês vão me ajudar, gente? Eu vou precisar de uma corda. Vocês têm corda aí?
Hey there! On the boat! Barge on other side! You still need us?
Sim, precisa. O trem.
It must be really neat to travel by river.
Oh, slecht de boot. Eine vergeten das Grund. Für mich, loco.
Loco. Meu Deus,
eine kleine Rot mit Wustet. Okay.
Mano, esse velho.
You guide.
Excuse me?
My husband say he like his barge and he not like your train. Too noisy. If you want to travel in tin can, you stay in tin can.
Sure.
Missão.
There. Your barge is over the locks now.
Agora sim.
It's up to you to keep your part of the bargain.
Yes, beloved Frau. Attach loco.
Tá, louco é trem, né, então.
Return to train, attach chain, then barge will pull.
Okay, I'll get moving. I'll leave you to it. I won't disturb you again.
Do svidania.
Tá, como é que eu vou fazer isso? Calma. Eu não tenho corrente. Não vi corrente em nenhum lugar. Em nenhum lugar, pelo menos.
Hey there.
Ajuda.
What do we do now to tie my train to the barge?
Mademoiselle tak. Loco mitchen.
What did your husband say?
You attach chain to train and chain to train with barge.
Hop, catch it up.
Ah, mentira que era só isso. Era só eu ter conversado com eles direito. Aqui.
If that's going to work.
O gancho. Amém. Agora progresso. Agora a gente vai conseguir fazer o negócio aqui que a gente precisa. E a palestra lá? Como que vai rolar? Vai ser a última coisa que a gente vai fazer aqui?